So we're going to let them see it's not, and we're going to do the best job that we can as advocates who bring awareness. There are a lot of lies that have been spewed about us, about doxing and sending threats. I want y'all to know that I ain't sending nobody to threaten or harass nobody in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I'm big, bold, bad enough to say it with my own mouth if I am. The only thing that we've been doing is gathering our evidence, consulting the professionals in the law enforcement community, and now we have been told they're looking to move forward with our findings, and I just now have to sit back and remain hopeful. Okay. Um, Next, I'm supposed to talk about Cairo. So I'm talking about my baby, and I want to give you guys an actual understanding of that situation. So I don't know if y'all seen this. Okay, let me back up and let me say this. I don't really have the words to really express how I feel. And I had to really try my best to gather my thoughts because I don't know how to speak to y'all. But for the first time in my entire life as an advocate, outside of when I was trying to hold a memorial service for Travis, um, have I asked anybody to give money that will particularly benefit me? I feel like I have such a amazing responsive support system that I could have just came on here as we have done consistently and asked you all to be a blessing. And I think that people have seen enough that they would have done it. There is no way in hell that I would try to play on the hearts or the emotions of people with Cairo, as I literally take him as my second opportunity to be a father. This monkey has been more than a monkey. He has been my reason for being able to get back to loving because it was some weird way that this taught me how to love again. So I tell y'all to be conscious and cautious about where you make your jokes because I was the number one person that always talked about white people and their animals. And for me, I could never, I didn't, I didn't know how much Cairo had or was affecting my heart until we found ourselves in this unfortunate predicament that we found ourselves in. So what happened to Cairo is something happened, and I couldn't explain it all, and that was a reason why I wasn't saying it because as I was telling y'all, there's a lot of things going on in the background, but then on top of that, Cairo was loved by so many people, and there's so many things going on that I had to be conscious about what I put in the internet because it affected my family, it affected everybody who cares about him and loves him. Um, and I had to be cautious because everybody was on the phone talking about it near and far. And it was a lot of stuff that was going on. Cairo was also, wasn't just my pet, wasn't just my animal. Um, and so we'll talk about that later. And so I had, let me make this short and make it make sense for you all. So I have several teams. Some of them are new. Some of them are new as it relates to in the background. And unfortunately, we could do the best um, job that we can to vet everybody. But unfortunately, you get one or two that slips through the cracks. Something happened in the investigation for Dalton. And it was an upsetting thing that happened. And I'm not going to tell you what that is. All I'm going to say is that it seemingly stunted the progress of the investigation, the official investigation. And so when we were made aware that something that was supposed to happen didn't happen, I then needed to go verify and get understanding and then get next steps. You get that? Okay. So when we went to the place to go get the next steps, on my way there, I was talking to the team that was handling this particular situation. And so I told that team, I said, we got to go and figure out what's going on because it is It involves the process that we're in because it's a big component in the case. Somebody didn't do what they were supposed to do. Da 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 da. Da. This is background. And so when I got there, on my way there, I told the team, I said, y'all, this monkey care stuff is expensive. It's $60 a day. And I ain't, this is getting too costly. And then I don't have anybody to take care of him right now. So he's just going to go with me. Now, this is how heartless some people are. Somebody in the group knew that Cairo was not permitted to be there where we had to go. I knew that Cairo was not permitted to be there. And I take my accountability and my responsibility in this. And so I took him, but I told them I was taking him because I didn't have any other recourse, because we really needed to get this information because it's time sensitive. I'll tell you all what that is later, but I can't tell you right now. And that's why I said I didn't want to talk too much about it, because it's still a lot of processes going on in the background. So one of those people that was in the team, and we do know who they are. We have their identity. We know what they did. They went and informed the authorities that the Cairo was there. Cairo then was taken from me by the authorities. And this person then was found out to be a part of these YouTubers who is against me. The reason why they're not saying it is because they know people love animals, and they laughed about it. I watched this woman on YouTube, one of them say, "What happened to Cairo?" And then they laugh. And then they literally created merchandise. I think the guy's name is Smoker. Am I saying this right? That's who did the hoodie, right? Do we have a picture of the hoodie? Let's see if we can get the picture up. They then was selling a hoodie, talking about Save Cairo. And what they don't understand, or maybe they do, or maybe they just don't care. But we are now trying to figure out how we're literally in the background trying to figure out how do we address this, because we're fighting for the baby. And now we doing the research to figure out that they didn't went so far as to try to hurt me in this way. Now I've never done anything to these people. I literally was celebratory of them all in the beginning. I don't do anything to them specifically or think about them for real. They talk about me every single day. I don't care for real. But they didn't even say, they're not saying everything because they know how people gonna react, because people care about animals. So they making it a joke, they playing with it. But who in a healthy mind finds pleasure in hurting a human in that manner? That's a whole nother kind of mental. That's a whole nother sickness. And even without this information, y'all looking at these people who I ain't, they not even the focus of mine. What happened to them? Sick as hell. Why would you watch somebody or have somebody explain that they're suffering because of some pain, and you go sell some merchandise? Blew me away. And so when I sat there helpless and had to watch him clamor, trying to get me, biting their hands, trying to get away from them, these foreign people who were grabbing him, it was devastating to me. And it is an image that I can't get it out of my head. And I've had nightmares about it. Here go your receipt. This is the shirt. Can you zoom into that? This is from the smoker person. Yeah. Selling merchandise. Thank you. Please. Oh yeah. Yeah. Please remove. Thank you. I just want them to see. So I have the identity of the person who's done it. They've gotten real quiet because we know who they are. And I've turned it over to the authorities, and I've been watching, and I've been waiting to see how they react. But they caused him to be taken in a place where it's illegal, where the only option is to euthanize him. So immediately when I called, they said that they don't house these animals. If there's no process, they euthanize them. And that's when I came and said that Cairo was taken from me. But I literally got conflicting information. When I would call, this worker would say that, or this person would say this. When I called, they would say something different. Nobody was really truly clear on the process. And so we've been fighting to figure out where exactly is that, what is the condition is. Some would say euthanize, some would say nah, some would say you have this period of time, some would say you don't. To the point where literally God is my witness and I am not a liar. We have a congressperson that we reached out to call that government to figure out exactly what the facts are. But I was devastated and it hurt like hell. And I found out that I loved him and it hurt just as if it was a human. And I felt that that was too far. And I didn't want to divulge those details because we were dealing with a lot of moving parts. And I also had to navigate my family members, my friends, other people that cared about Cairo, and then the information that I was getting at the time, like I said, was all conflicting. Trying to get the attorneys to figure out what it was and what the options were. But I couldn't believe that a person would infiltrate our space and that would do that. I just felt like really wasn't worth it. And so there are advocates who don't think that people should have monkeys. And there are people who are concerned, but Cairo being a completely healthy, completely well loved animal, I just was like, there can't be a way that you all will euthanize them. Um, and it just became a very difficult thing for me to navigate. And um, I could not sit still because the pain was just so that insurmountable. And so um, I just tried my best to figure out what to do, get resources so that we could fight for him. One moment being told euthanize, next minute being told I got to go to court, we got a ticket, all kinds of stuff that was going on. So I then got on here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, it makes me emotional. So I'm trying my best to like stay focused because I'm on that regard, I'm angry. So that's what I mean when I say that it was because of the fight for Dalton and it was because of them. But I also got to be honest, it was also because of me. Because if I could have just paid for him to have care that day, I would do it. And my heart hurt so bad because I wish I left him. But because I've been having to travel so much and it costs so much, I took a chance. And I didn't want to say that because because people would not understand. But I do believe that you all have a right to know the whole story. And when you find out what made me go initially, you will even understand even greater. But it's me fighting for Dalton. And to watch their response and their reaction, that's why I know I can't watch them. These are soulless individuals. They don't care. This shit is just fun and entertaining. And their followers are all hell-bound, mentally ill people because how could you? So I asked y'all, pain stricken in my body. Please put my baby's picture up there. I miss Cairo with every fiber of my being. I miss him. And I have not been home. I won't go home because Cairo is not going to be there to greet me like Cairo does. And it is a real pain. Um, and I'm now planning to advocate against people who feel like these amazing babies can't be pets. Cairo, ugh, and I'm getting the knowledge, and I'm getting the education, and I understand people worried about diseases or people not being able to take care of them because they demand a lot, and then they get them and they let them out into the wild, and then all of these other things is I get it, but that Cairo didn't fit that niche. Cairo was well taken care of, very patient. He had a community. He always had care. We always made sure he had the food. We kept him clean. He never stunk. Um, he was fun. He was playful. Yeah, he had a problem with little kids, but if he got to know you, Cairo is the sweetest monkey that you would ever meet. Um, and I'm asking for people around the country or whoever will see this video to consider that maybe um, I'm asking y'all to consider another part of the story is because when people are responsible and loving and monkeys can make good pets in their homes. And so you guys may see me going to DC and other parts of the country trying to advocate for a different perspective because they're trying to get it banned where people can purchase or have or adopt these kind of animals. Um, and I just can't imagine my life now without my favorite animal, which is a monkey. Okay. Go to the next one. I can't even really look at my baby. I miss my baby. Okay, hold on, pause before you do that. So I came over here and I asked y'all, can you take him down though? Yeah, no doubt. We're good. You're good. So I asked you all to help me out. And the only reason why I did it, it was a hard thing for me to do. But the only reason why I asked y'all to help me out is because literally there was a part of this that just felt like it was crushing as it relates to my mind. And I'm a mission man. And I was only going to be able to focus on that. And I really couldn't fight. And I just remember God telling me to go to the last meeting where I was trying and wanting to shut down. And I went to that meeting. I got arrested. It has been amazing ever since. I believe that I heard God, and I believe that God proved himself to be true. But I asked you all, this is the second time in my life advocating that I've asked for people to do something for me personally. I'm trying not to do that. Please forgive me. They can use, nobody can use my video. I'm going to strike your ass. But I asked you guys to do something for me because I couldn't do it for myself fast enough. And it was a humbling thing to have to make myself vulnerable like that. But you blessed me. Y'all showed up, and I'm forever grateful. And for that, I am going to do what I said that I was going to do. I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked in anything. And I'm just so grateful because you all banded together and y'all helped me in a space that I didn't want to be in because I know for the rest of my life they're going to talk about, oh, he raised money for this. Do you all know that I'm always questioned no matter how hard I work because I raised money to have a memorial for my actual son, Travis Mensa. And if you go look at the video of my cousin and what she explained, she tells you guys she didn't allow her family to have a funeral for our blood. And I went on there and asked people to give. And I think they gave somewhere around $3,500. And I got the pictures. We held a memorial in Chicago because people loved him. But people attacked me for that. And they always attack me for that. You raise money and da 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 da. And I knew that coming on here and raising money, I'm gonna always be attacked for it. And when I go to the next case and they don't know everything, somebody gonna make a video and he raised money for a monkey. And it was a hard place to be in, but I couldn't keep fighting with the whole unplug. And everybody was like, take your time. So here's a long story short. You all have, you rose, you stood up for me, and I don't have the words to say thank you. I can't say thank you enough for my fuck up, for their deed, demonic deed, and for the reason why we had to deal with it and do it in the first place. I'm thanking you all for being a part of helping me plug the hole. I did meet a breeder. When I went to go to a breeder, turned out to be a fraud. That devastated me again, but we fought that day. And then I went and met a breeder. And then I went and met a new baby. Now, I got to be honest, looking at the new baby, it just still breaks my heart. I've not been able to necessarily connect with the new baby. But the lady was getting ready to sell her because we went, didn't have all the money, and we talked to her. Um, and the lady said, I'm going to pick you. She says, if I tell you I'm going to pick you, I'm going to pick you. We didn't even have all the money. And that lady blew me away when she explained everything. She looked me up. She was like, oh my God, and this, that, and the third. And she committed to letting me get the baby, even though we didn't have what we need to get it. But you all helped me. And I want to show you all the baby that we identified. It is a female. It's hard because I believe in being transparent, and I'm fighting the emotion. It's a lot of emotion swelling up in me right now. So y'all gotta bear with me because I'm not giving them the satisfaction of me crying or bawling on the internet anymore. So Donna is saying, wait, so you're giving up on him? What I'm telling you is um, the state has laws, and there are family members of mine that are watching this. And there are people who care about Kyra that's watching this. And I'm gonna just say to you that Cairo, just go look it up. There are processes that are not favorable. Okay, but this is the young girl who we've identified. The young girl who you all have helped me be able to um, get and identify. So we have a commitment. We have a process. We're gonna get her. And I made a commitment to you all that we would name her together. I'm going to make her a page. She is ours. She is not mine. She is ours. I also made a commitment that if you all help me, every single week I'll be in Dalton. And we're preparing and setting up for that. So I come on here right now. Because we have to name this baby. Because we're getting her together. So let's get a name. Um, Maybe you can, could you do me a favor? Could you bring one of our team members on here and ask them to facilitate this? I need a second. And then I got to give y'all some more information, and then we're gonna get off. I did say Jada, and I also thought Kyra, and I thought Jada. And like I said, I met her. I got to spend time with her, but just watching her just reminds me that Cairo is not with me anymore. And that just it's kind of it's like a really weird little space to be in. But she's actually brave. She's brave. She braver than he was. Oh, Jesus Christmas. Hold on. So let's name this baby, y'all. Come on. Is anybody gonna do it? And it's crazy, right? Because you don't think that like this is an animal, and I just never thought that I would feel like this about an animal. Like this is insanity. Y'all give me 1 second. I see y'all put names. I'm trying to get somebody to come on here and facilitate. Somebody, all right. I like my names was Kyra and what I said, Jada. I said Jada because of her hand right there. Like she looked like she got attitude, and she do have attitude. She got a lot of attitude. When I come back from Flint, I'm gonna pick her up. Members of my team got to play with her. Egypt is a lot. I see Egypt a lot. But I'm trying to give us, please, just be patient. Um, this is going to be whew, Jakara. It's a whole human name. Jakara. Jakara. No, that's ghetto. She from the South Side. No, no, she not. Okay, they taking too long. I'm just gonna have to man up. What's taking them so long? What they need to makeup and hair? Shit, just don't put on no screen. Facilitate the naming of this child, of the baby, the new baby that's coming. Facilitate it. I'm coming off for a second.
All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So, uh, because this is the community baby, we're going to allow those of you that are here to make suggestions. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple suggestions and look them over, and we'll be able to prayerfully come up with a name. So, let's go ahead and start. Hope. Hope is a great name. Great Hope is a great name. Let me see. I'm trying to scroll through the comments here. That would be absolutely great. That's one of my daughters. That's a nickname that I gave her. Uh, can you hear me? So we have